Hello and welcome back everybody to another Gregtech New Horizons Livestream. Hopefully you're all having a very great day today. Livestream 200 we have finally reached. What's going on, Darius? How are you doing? Just getting everything all readied up here right before we get started. Gonna share the live stream. Ooh. That looks a little crusty looking, the thumbnail. At least on my PC. It looks like it's very low resolution. Although, like, if I go to use, like, PNGs instead of JPEGs, then it, like, complains that, like, the file size is too large, which is a little bit goofy, but... yes, share the live stream. Should be good there. Yes, that did work. Okay, awesome. And then also to the other Gregtech Discord. There we go. Doing good. My day was like coffee, coffee, beer, beer, and now another coffee. Oh boy. It's a lot of caffeine. But hey, sometimes you gotta have that much caffeine, right? 200th stream. Great. Heck yeah. What's going on, Tooth Grinder? How you doing? Alright, 200th Gregtech New Horizons Livestream. 200 Chemplants. I'm trying to think of a different name for this. Not bad. To be honest, if I didn't count that one energy drink from Monday, I would be drinking only coffee and beer this weekend. Oh boy. Hey, beer and coffee both have water in it, right? You're all good. It's all you need. Alright. And... there we go. Save. Kinda done with monazite. That was by far the most complicated line I made so far. Well, congratulations on that. Alright, so I should have Gregtech Cam. It is working. Start recording. Okay, good. Alright, so we are back in. I don't remember fully what happened last time, other than I kind of set up some spots. What is this for? Oh, this is for the dense hydrazine and everything there. So we might be going back into the base. Oh, and I just realized I need to get chat going on my phone here. Yeah, work's been a little bit interesting lately. Didn't think I was going to have work last week, and then all of a sudden, like, oh hey, I ended up working Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then just had a bunch of other stuff going on, so I haven't had too many streams, but as of now, I have off, obviously, today. Tomorrow, I don't have anything, since it is the holiday. The only day I have of work this week is Wednesday. And I low-key kind of hope it stays that way. Just so that way I can do some streaming, as well as just some other stuff for the channel the other days. Alright, we're back. And it's just 1/3 of the rare earth line rocket fuel today. I don't know if we're gonna get rocket fuel, because we did need I feel like we needed, what is it, thorium-232 first. Nitric acid, LCR, all that beautiful stuff. Look at all this. I don't even know if I have... where's my matter manipulator? Oh, right there. See if I could even remember how this is supposed to work. Sure. Okay, I think it is working. Removing blocks. I see. That's a very annoying thing. Can relate. Yes. So getting thorium-232 production going sooner than later is going to be good. I'm going to let that guy recharge for now. I'm going to do a sound check real quick. Hold on. There we go. Okay, sound check once... Alright, so I could probably turn down the music a little bit. I'm glad we have a 3-day weekend because I gotta rewatch every vid till this. Every live stream vid? I don't think you're making it through a 3-day weekend. I don't even think... How long would that take, honestly? It'd probably be almost like a month straight if you just watched everything back to 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 back. Alright, so that has been drastically turned down, but still should be audible. There you go. Clean up this room a little bit. Man, I love this thing. This is awesome. The normal vids, yeah, you should be able to catch up with the normal vids very, very quickly. That is that. Awesome. Oh, that is that for what was in range. Never mind. Not missing out on a stream, though. Heck yeah. Well, how have you been since the last time, Bonk? Also, Bonk, you're not, like, the person who was named Bonky that used to be a part of the channel, like, I don't know, since the beginning, like almost 5 years ago, are you? And I got a laptop. Awesome. What are you planning on playing now that you got the laptop? Okay, so there's all that. Should be just these 4 left. Or however many that was. Nice. Okay, there we go. Ooh, Steam games. Very, very nice. I cannot wait to get myself a Steam Deck. I cannot wait. Alright, so we got that there. Then for now, I guess we'll just try and do that. Oh, it's going to remove the signs. I don't like that, though. Hold on. Okay, we got that. And then into there. Okay, now we should be fine. Let's see. I will eventually get Minecraft and its mods. Not right now, though. Oh, good. Yeah, you can only play so many games at a time, so you gotta pick and choose. I don't know. Played the new Deep Rock Galactic Rogue Core with Joker and Porcupine, and it wasn't too bad, although not as good as I was hoping for, but it's still in early access, so there's a lot of stuff that, you know, we gotta wait on yet. Hold on a minute. So we gotta figure out. So something like that. And then come down. If we do that, that shouldn't interfere with any of these other cables, so it should be fine. I'm gonna have to check out CurseForge again. I'm using Prism. Prism's been pretty good for me. So if you ever need to try something, I would recommend Prism maybe before CurseForge, because I've heard issues with CurseForge. Okay, so I got all that. Go back up. We are gonna need, yes, directly down here. Okay, so let's do, take that one out. Actually, maybe just do... So, that one has to stay. That's the floor. Ooh. All of that's pretty much going to be the floor. So, we're going to have to do that. And then kind of somewhere, like... Yeah, sure. So it doesn't interfere with that. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh my gosh. It connected to the other things. I think it's mostly with Gregtech New Horizons. Never heard of something like that about other packs. Well, there was like the security issues that they had a couple years ago, but yeah, that's about the only other thing I could think of. Not bad, not bad. Alright, so then we're going to go down 2, right down to there. So yeah, we'll bring this up a little bit. So that's not connecting with anything. Greg, what's going on, Red Tech? How you doing today? I see. I don't know. But very specific topic, I guess. Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, true. But I mean, Prism has been pretty easy to work with. I mean, I haven't really haven't installed any other mods. The only other one I thought of installing now was like Homestead, but it needed like a bunch of other like little mini mods that weren't all involved in the pack already. So it kind of was one thing that turned me away from that, at least for now. But yeah. Alright, also, I want to make sure... Hold on, checking... What's up there? I'm going to switch the camera real quick. I'm going to click on things that I might have used to stream on. Hold on, I think it used to be... Gaming? No. Terraria? No. Ah, it might have been this. Okay. So I think the Gregtech New Horizons thing, I don't remember if that was just for streams or not. But there were some other pieces or sources in this streaming window that I used to use that I need to copy over. Hold on a second. I've heard Gregtech New Horizons is laggy and might explode my computer. Well, if you got a newer one, even that's like lower in quotations performance, you might be alright for a while. Alright, so that's new sub count, recording sound, background music. That's very messy. Alright, we're just gonna go back to the Gregtech. Alright, we should be fine there. Late game Gregtech New Horizons is very heavy. A lot of people will run a server on a separate computer in their house and play on a different one. I'm hoping that I won't have to do that anytime soon. I mean, I'm not really near late game yet. But actually, Gregtech New Horizons is very well optimized, so your first few hundred hours should actually run well. Yeah. Like, I'm almost 1,000 hours in. Sorry, I'm just trying to check the weather right now to see if I want to open... It's gonna get hot today, so I might go turn the AC back on. Just because I'm already starting to get warm. I am wearing a sweatshirt, so I gotta have to take that off. But rather prevent myself from getting too warm. There we go. I set it to a stack of degrees. Ugh. There we go. Gregtech New Horizons is crazy optimized for a scary good reason. Wait, what? My game's not showing... Oh, I know that's just delayed. Okay. That's why. Alright. I do want to say welcome in, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope you're all having a great day today. For you fellow Americans, which, honestly, I don't even think I have too many Americans in the stream, but happy Memorial Day weekend. Alright. Yes, getting thorium-232 going to be amazing, so that way we just have it slowly producing over time. So that way we can then make Arcanite for a lot of our other machines that need the integral framework. The only thing I'm starting to get nervous about is how much energy we're producing. And I think this is what started the whole spiral of trying to get, what is it, the Tier 3 rocket, as well as dense hydrazine, and then all the other fun stuff that's been following along with it, because we want to upgrade our rotors. Because right now, what do we have? Viroxorus rotors? And I think it was like, it's not Oriharocon, it's something else. Orichalcum? Orichalcum. Tier 3, yeah, Europa. So we would get Ledox, Opal, Orichalcum, and all that fun stuff, because an Orichalcum turbine rotor uses makes, for a large turbine, gas is 33,000 EU per tick. And what do we make with these? 16,000. So we would be doubling our energy output. And what is this? 16,000 times 4 would be, what, 64,000 each? So it'd be up to 128,000. Times 4 is, well, over like 500,000 EU per tick we'd be finally producing. Oh, brother. That is going to be good. Yeah, max output with IV Dynamos is 32,000. So we wouldn't be able to fully max it out, but it'd be alright. Interesting. Are we not... Water's fine, nitric acid's fine, sulfuric acid's fine, benzene's fine, all that's good. CurseForge is broken. I downloaded a 2.8.4 version from it, and when it launched, it was 2.8.3. Oh, brother. Alright, that's all good. Yeah, I don't know, I'm not a huge... CurseForge is nice, but it's also not nice at the same time, so it's like, it's a hit or miss. Keep in mind, the turbines are very fuel hungry. True. Although, as long as we're pumping out and we can sustain that level without doing too much more with the benzene production, it will be nice, because I'm a little bit worried about keeping this guy up and running. We're gonna need a lot more titanium. Copper. Have I gotten any scheelite from mining? No. Tungstate. No. Ugh, oh boy. 16. Okay, well I can afford a bit of that. Okay, so we'll just do 32. That's a lot of our tungstic acid. Oh, not where I wanted to go. So yes, we are going to need the quest book. IV... no. Actually, yes. It's right here. It's funny. I got the PBI. It would be nice to have PBI as well, but more tungsten troubles? I thought we were over this. No, I don't think we ever truly got over it. I'm not having troubles right now. I just know that I am going to, because I have the massive farm that barely produces anything passively, and I don't think I actually set up a miner on a tungstate or scheelite vein at the moment, so it kind of sucks. Bring all good endstone processing. Yeah, we'll have to do something else about that eventually, because, or just actually set up a ton of miners so we don't have to worry about it. No, that's the easier way out. And yeah, Ross 128 is calling a lot of tungsten there. Yes, cannot wait for that. Which Ross is what? Isn't that tier 4? I don't remember what tier 3 all includes. So we start with thorium nitrate dust. How much thorium dust do we have in our system? 4,700. Looking into entries is another option for a good passive endstone. Get a tungsten cube, yes. Ross 128B is tier 3, okay. So this is thorium nitrate. Oh, that was... Ooh. I would like to build this all on a little subnet. And then have its own little storage. Oh, brother. We're already off to a great start. I don't have my 2 chests. Okay, so I don't have those on me. I'm going to go back out and just go take a peek for them at the oil proc area. You genuinely don't need, until ZPM if I remember correctly, don't need the PBI. Yeah. So probably hold off on that for now then. Chest lost again, the classic. Yep, we've already had the dinging and everything else, so we had to have this. My assumption is it would be, yeah, right here. My CPU is 8 years old. It's holding Gregtech New Horizons decent. So it's crazy now that, like, to think of it. In, I think, exactly a week. Fire always scares me. Hold on, let me check the calendar. Okay, 1 week in 1 day. The channel will be turning 5 years old. Wow. And I won't even be able to do a celebratory stream or anything until I get back from Blazecation. But it's all good. Crazy. 5 years old. Also about the PBI, its questline is full of Ivy loot bags, worth it to go through for sure. I don't even remember what was all in the Ivy loot bags. Or even loot bags above that tier. So I am curious, just to take a peek real quick. Uses. Oh yes, okay, all the ender tanks, ender pouches. Some rare earth ores. But now, LEV loot bag. Hold on, you still get... So, 0.84, 0.84, and 0.84. Why can't I click on anything else down here like these two? Ah, so it is a greater chance, actually, to get them out of this. You haven't opened them. No, I really haven't. I haven't opened them much. What's going on, Carlos? How you doing? Yeah, there's a lot of unopened loot bags because I haven't gone through to enchant a lot of them. Which, actually, hold on. Do we get tungsten from this? Now we get tungsten, steel, other stuff. I mean... Meh. LUV. Was there anything crazy? Yeah, you're saying they're mid. I mean, you get components. Circuits are eh. Pipes, if you really care. Mob repeller. Nether stars would be kind of the only super interesting thing that I would like, but... That's just getting 4 pieces of glass. It's so bad. I was working outside the country. How did that go? Can only imagine how fun that's got to be to work outside the country. Carlos Solos suited Blaze, low key, yes. Later tiers don't even don't even reward loot bags really, or anything else for that matter. Yeah, it's just getting the quest done, just for the fact of getting it done, which is what we are here for, technically. Dang. So pretty soon we are going to have to use our loot bags. We got 43 Ivy. That is an insane amount. Oh man. Alright, so now we have our stuff. Let's try setting up a little thing here. Hold on, just clean up a little bit. Give ourselves some space. Is this gonna be alright here if I do that? Not gonna interfere with anything else, I don't think so, so we're gonna go ahead. Cool. So there's that. And then we'll do this. Boom. It was tiring work. I'm even going to take some time off next week just to finish up a few things at the company. Dang. Well, thankfully, yeah, you get to rest now after being away working for quite a while. That is the one nice thing, like working out of town. At least for me then, like, you know, you make a good amount of money to where, you know, you should be fine for a while, to where, like you said, just take some time off, spend time with family, or just relax and do whatever. So yes, nitric acid LCR. Using nitrogen dioxide, because I forget if I actually produce nitrogen dioxide here. Should be right like that. Got this guy, we'll go up over here. That shouldn't be the floor that I have to worry about. I mean, very early LUV bags are kind of goated for some jumpstart shenanigans, but nothing more. So what is today's objective? So today, I plan on trying to get the thorium-232 line done, so that way I can make the Arcanite, which I know that I needed for the tree growth sim, which I have to kind of lay that out, because I realize that that is also getting a rework for how the multi-block is designed, so I gotta make sure I just have enough space for the new design. Then that's gonna be, well, I don't know if that's all gonna happen today, like the, what is it, the tree growth sim getting built, because that's gonna help with wood vinegar. That then helps with acetone. That already helps all the other stuff that we have going right now, like the hog fuel. I guess biggest thing first, get this guy done. And then go from there, whether I want to mess with the tree growth sim, to then get some, what are they, industrial coke ovens up there by the oil proc. Or if I want to then try and get some of the... what is it called? The dense hydrazine production going. Surprised you're bothering with the whole line for 232. I mean, go big or go home, right? It is a lot more efficient, and seeing some of the inefficiencies in maybe some of the other lines kind of makes me want to go through with all of this other stuff, just because then I don't hopefully have to worry about it in the future as much. Because that is one thing I hate, is having to kind of rework a lot of things. Next week I'm going to start at 2.9 from the beginning again. Awesome. Any special goals that you have with 2.9? Oh wait. Do we have... I don't think we do have a release date yet. I know it's coming up very, 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 very soon yet. That's why I'm also trying to, as I'm going through now, as you can see, trying to lay out the extra space for the enlarged multi-blocks when they end up getting changed. You chose the insane way for 232. That's admirable, honestly. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, because what is it? It's, hold on, we're going to go back. So, yes, 75% conversion rate instead of 25%, which is quite nice. There are talks about the first beta versions in the Discord, if I remember correctly. Nice. I'm just dumping my borax supply and chillin'. It's all good. Here we go. Alright, I just never know where to start with these things. But I guess storage might not be a bad idea. What do we have for controller blocks? 29. So, if this is kind of the center, I guess I could have it right up there. This is going to be the subnet. Probably don't need nearly that much. You know what? Probably don't. So let's just do that. Okay, and we would like a storage drive. Okay. And then fluid cells. So we do want some bigger cells. We want this for nitric acid because we want lots of it. Because I am realizing, too, I don't like connecting everything. I mean, some things, yes, I might need to, but I'm starting to worry, like, if I just keep connecting everything to the main net, or vice versa, like, stealing everything from the main net back to the subnets, then I'm going to run out in certain places, and then it's just going to be a headache. So if I can, if it's nothing too crazy, try to produce bigger quantities of, like, say, stuff like this, nitric acid, for a specific line somewhere else, unless I know I have a giant area in the main net. Or if I actually have, what do you want to call it, like a chem plant at some point, where I just produce it all there and just keep expanding there whenever my needs actually increase. So that was another playthrough I was doing. Probably would be a good idea to do that, or something as the base continues to change. I was going to change the machines, but I was already late IV and I had an insane number of machines. I put practically everything in passive mode up to IV. Yeah, that would be a little bit annoying to have to change all of that. Oops. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. So stupid. Good morning, Yummy. How you doing today? I think the alternative thorium-232 line would make more sense if it wasn't obsolete by LUV. Oh, are you talking about the 25% conversion rate one, Andre? I mean, I have other uses for borax. I have a shit ton of pure boron for glass anyways from Ross. I don't have any uses for it anymore. I guess, yeah, since I haven't been there, I don't have any, so that's kind of the big reason why I don't go that way. Won't there be another way to make it in 2.9 with one of the reactor reworks? Maybe. I'm doing fine. Does anyone know how to change the launch route for Prism Launcher? That I don't know. Yeah, that's the one sad thing, is I really haven't kept up completely with a lot of the update stuff going on. So I don't know what's going to change and either like benefit me or hurt me. Where's all my chem plant stuff? Chem plant, PTFE, chem plant, coils. Very nice. Hydro, how you doing today? On LUV with neutron activator, you can basically duplicate thorium-232 with some uranium, helium, plasma, and something else. So that ain't too bad. Tungsten steel. Maybe there'll be another way to make tungsten steel. I'm not sure. LCR... Oh, that's 2 EBFs there. Okay. And a centrifuge. I really don't feel like I need the matter manipulator anymore. Coils. Okay. So I'm gonna get all the maintenance hatches, and everything's gonna be all nice. Although I should probably get nitric acid going sooner than later. We're just gonna leave those for now so I don't forget what that's supposed to be. I'm going for a test for a potential ATC job tomorrow. Been busy lately. What is a ATC job? How's your progress? Not too bad, honestly. Not too bad. Just getting some stuff set up here so that way we can produce thorium-232 at a 75% efficiency rate. Anyway, this 232 line is kind of cool still. Heck yeah, it's a decent sized little line and just adds more ambiance to the factory, I guess. Oh yeah, air traffic control. Dang. You know, I would be so nervous with a job like that. I like just how important of a job it is. I wish you the best of luck with it, and hope that you get the job that you are after. But yeah, just, I know obviously training and everything helps that way. You're more confident in everything that you do, but just being in charge of all, like, the planes landing at the airport, or just the ones flying in there, that'd be a lot to stress over for me. So what got you into wanting to do, like, air traffic control? Like, what sparked your interest with it? Alright, so nitric acid. We are doing this route, I do believe. Nitrogen dioxide. Okay, hold on, I gotta turn my... There we go, silence button. Oh good, I don't even have the sign on anymore. That's fine. Should have been nitrogen dioxide and water, so we're just gonna do... Where'd it go? Yes, circuit 9, 2 things. Actually, we only need 1. So, where's the reservoir? Reservoir hatch. And... IV, yes. Because we want as much fluid as possible going in. It's a good thing I muted my phone, because I am getting a lot of messages. Okay, there we go. Reservoir hatch, honestly... We'll probably have all the AE2 close to here. Well, just so I could see it, I guess we'll just put it there. Wrench on the outside. Fluid input, and then a fluid output. You know, getting like AE2 stuff actually set up properly and working is like kind of therapeutic, I'm not gonna lie. For nitric acid, I built an air intake wall and pumped nether air into an ender tank. Lazy mode on. Oh my gosh. My father is texting me as if my mother is texting me through his phone. Alright, there we go. Let's see. Yep, the training... See, for nitric acid, hold on a minute. Nitric acid... Well, because I'm getting a ton of nitrogen dioxide from the nether air already, so then that's kind of what I'm using to fuel other machines upstairs, as well as we're going to use this one. Yep, the training is very rigorous. It's life and death after all. Exactly. I've been interested in the aviation sector for a long time, and then I got rejected from the university for some unrelated course, so I decided to just go into aviation. Okay. Nether air is so free. Love it. Heck yeah. That's why I had to get one of those going right away with the nether air. And oh yeah, designed designing a good AE2 network is so satisfying. Gregtech New Horizons really made me appreciate how fun it is to design networks. I would have to agree with that. I mean, I am just like the basic, like, what you would call, I don't know, someone just like splicing everything together. But like once I kind of see how it operates with like all the subnets and everything, and then if I actually plan out where things are going to go and then have nice lines, or oh, let's get an idea. I guess like for a future run, like just make a huge rectangle for an area of production that I can branch out the AE2 towards, so that way I can keep it a little bit cleaner than what I have now, because right now it's like definitely a nightmare, but just thinking of ways to enhance this in the future. A lot more planning is definitely needed. I started another line early just for nearly free nitric acid. You should do it too. Yeah. I used 64 air intake hatches. Holy crap. Alright, we have input, output. Really should only need that. We just have... Hold on, we just need energy input and then we're good. But I wanted to say thank you very much everybody for being here today. I do greatly appreciate it. And if you are enjoying the stream, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, I would greatly appreciate it. It would help out the stream a lot. Power is going to have to come in probably from over there. So I guess we'll do something like that for power. Alright. We got power, fluid in, fluid out. Should be everything. We have water. Oh, I do need actually an input item bus for the circuit. I know we don't need it, but for my preferences, I need it. There we go. And circuit 9. The future is the wireless connectors, yeah, and then thankfully, hopefully shouldn't have nearly as many wires laying around. Not using the Tesla tower, it made me appreciate a good cable management. Don't get me wrong, my wiring is It is, I will say, a skill to, like, for cable management. In real life and in Gregtech, it is a skill. Because, once again, it's planning or laying out stuff, or like blueprinting, I guess if you want to call it. That is the skill that is there. Have been playing the 2.9 dailies for as much free time as I have now. New crops are so incredibly good. Now, you say new crops, like just new crops in general, like that didn't exist before, or like new visually? I've seen... maybe I've just heard a little bit of new crops. I really haven't gone too deep into it. Alright, honestly, no, we just need AE2. Where, oh where, are we going to want this to connect to the main net? Take a look at this. Well, actually, just branch right off of this guy. That's 4, 6, 7... How many channels do we have? I gotta keep an eye on this. So I don't know exactly where we're at. 16... Okay, we're only at 16 channels, so we're like only halfway through the channels. Surprised Tesla Tower didn't get reworked in 2.9, to be honest. IC2 crops got completely reworked. So they just reworked them instead of removed them? Or are they still planning on removing them? Oh, okay, so they did. Okay, are replaced by a new mod called Crops New Horizon. Got from a 1-1-1 seed to a 31-31-31 in less than 30 minutes by hand. Oh my gosh. Well, who knows? I don't know if a endstone plant or a Yellowstone lily technically is going to exist in the next update. But hey, maybe I can then go ahead and do all that for myself to then continue upgrading my... Well, I'm going to start mining on other planets and it ain't going to be as useful anymore. But for future runs, that's going to be amazing. exists. Yeah, the Yellowstone lily. Well, I was going to say if it still exists with the new update. And they are planning to completely remove IC2 and add replacements for them. Okay. For me, it's the cable and me system management at the same time. Yeah, well, that's what like people are saying. Like, have them at different levels. See, sometimes I go down and around and, but keeping them normally at one level, one Y level, and then the other at another Y level the entire time is a good way to go about it. I just haven't done so. Okay, so we're gonna have our main net probably come into here. Actually, can I just remove... Inventory fills very fast. Signs. Yes, we don't need signs right away. Okay, matter manipulator. Okay, so it is finished with the blocks there. Okay, good. So we want this guy somewhere over here. I think I will hop on a 2.9 just to test new things. I'll test out 2.9 for a bit once beta or RC is out. Yeah, I'm gonna wait until like the official like full drop is out, because I'm not a fan of having to constantly update a couple times, even though it's not the hardest thing. My brain makes it harder than it needs to be. Okay, really shouldn't have to worry. Okay, cables look like they're usually... Okay. Okay, spray can. Where's my spray can? So that's not going to work, obviously. So we have to do all this. Which then we'll probably do our filter here. What a nightmare. So it'd only go up 3 blocks. I'm back. Delivery to the door. Welcome back. Currently in HV post moon on my 2.9 run. Very nice. Man, it's crazy to think like how long it's been since we first gone to the moon. And even then, like, how long it took us to get for the first time to the moon. Alright, we have way too many things in our inventories, so yes, let's do a little dumpage here. A little bit more cleanup. Okay, so now we need to branch off. Okay, so it's just like a tiny cable and then, yeah, a P2P. Been a hot minute since we've done P2P, actually. I think this is the first time we've done P2P since, like, the bigger break that I've had. So we will need a memory card. We will need smaller cables. And P2P... Okay, so I'm just basic P2Ps. I guess, honestly, you just do some smaller cables, like right here. Have our P2P. I think usually you name this side. So this is going to be thorium 232 line. But then we have to go upstairs and add in the other one. Okay, so where's that going to go? Oh. Let's add in a couple more controller blocks. Do have one me controller. Let's go. There we go. That's on there. That's on there. And then, yes, a cable. Alright, so now I should be able to rename this one. Thorium 232. I hope that when I bind it from down here, it takes the name from the one down this way. I mean, yeah, about placing, but I heard the explosion. I don't think that was anything. Sometimes it can be very tough to implement. That is true. Also, yeah, they have the thing now with cables and pipes that they now automatically connect. So if I place... I mean, they already automatically connect now if you're looking at them anyways. So, what is going to be the new thing? I just kind of like glimpsed at that today. And it says, no, they're not going to be able to connect with other ones or other blocks or other things like that. Because then, say, if I'm placing like one of these cables next to, I don't know, an MV one for some weird reason, that they're not going to automatically connect. I don't know what's going to be different with this. Swap cables. Oh, it just connects instantly instead of a delay. Okay, that makes a bit more sense then. I was gonna say, I didn't really notice a difference, but yes, there's a little bit of a delay there. That, okay. So they're gonna operate basically the same, it's just like a visual thing. Okay. Well, that is not too bad then. Still have to figure out power here. This guy, bind to here. Thorium 232 line. Perfect. So that is now bound. And now you are still going to be like that. But then we want a filter here. So let's just get this one here. So start with that. Then we're going to need a dual P2P block, and then some fluid storages, as well as maybe some me storages. I'm going to have to swap out my drink. I grabbed it and I have not even cracked it open yet. Yes, let's get 16 of these. Carlos, welcome back. Put right to work. Even though you got back from work. I saw that you can swap pipes using a shift function without needing to break the previous ones. That might actually be kind of nice. I want to give Gregtech P2Ps a shot next run, at least pre-lasers. Gregtech P2Ps. I don't even know. No. Which ones are you talking about? Gregtech Energy? I think I did use that once for the Nether line, and I will be completely honest, forgot how they worked. As in using P2Ps to transfer power. Yeah. I mean, it was kind of nice. No more work, please. Hey, at least it's Gregtech related, so hopefully it's slightly more enjoyable for you. Alright, so... oh boy, I always have to look. The side that is... I think that's taking... yes, and that is giving. Okay. So, or the side that's taking would be the main net here. The main net is taking from the storage bus, or the subnet is taken from the storage bus here. So whatever side the storage bus is on is where, I guess, where it can be taken from. So oxygen can be taken from the main net, hydrogen can be taken from the main net. So I want the interface connected to the main with a storage bus that has a filter of not rutile, of thorium. Okay, it's got a filter. Should be insert only. Yeah, because then I separated these two. Yeah, one's inputting, one's outputting. The interface displays the items and the storage reads them. Yeah. Gregtech EU transfer with P2P. I use them for VMs, which I don't even remember what those are, unless that's the volcano thing and stuff, but I meant as a complete replacement for power distribution. Oh, dang. That would be kind of crazy for a complete. I mean, you only get a little bit of a loss, so it's not like it's going to be the end of the world, I guess. And who knows? Yeah, then you don't have to worry about doing all the transfer of like the cables and everything, and that'd be a fun little challenge to do. Alright, so it takes thorium-232, fluid storage bus. I don't know if it's going to take anything else. Might actually take nitrogen dioxide, possibly. So, let's see. We're going to have a dense cable right up here for all the other channels. I want that for everything else. Ooh. I forgot. Who is all seeing the Backrooms movie next week? Like, I'm going to be leaving for Blazecation, but I hope I'm not leaving late enough in the day to where I have to wait a whole nother week to see the movie and have to try and avoid spoilers. Oh, brother. I'm going to have to stay off the internet. Or just at least places where I normally would find spoilers. There's a Backrooms movie. Yes, actually. 5 days from now. May 29th, the Backrooms movie is going to be dropping. What is a backroom? Oh no, Carlos. Let's just say like liminal spaces, or I guess like there's another category that's very similar called like Dreamcore, I guess. The movie is going to be in 3 weeks in my country. Oh, maybe, okay, I guess that could make sense why a lot of other people don't know that's coming out yet, because maybe they just don't have it releasing for a while. Anyways, it's a Baston's Night line time for me. This is gonna be fun. I wish you the best of luck, Tooth Grinder. But yes, there is a Backrooms movie. At least in America, it's dropping in 5 days. In the Backrooms, yes, it's basically like an area of like liminal spaces that you could no-clip into, and no-clip would just mean, say, like you could fall through the ground. Or, like, say, if you lean up against a wall, you might, like, fall through the wall. Basically, I would consider it into a different dimension, where you're basically completely disconnected from the outside world. I'm Greg, an enthusiast. I don't know anything else. I only know how to play Greg, work, and date. Well, do you know how to date anymore? Because you are married. I guess you could still go, or you do still go out on dates if you're married. At least some people do. Crazy that Kane Pixels is 20 and already way more successful than I will ever be. I know, right? Same here. Or like you have other YouTubers that are not even that. They're like 16, 18 years old and they're already more successful and they already probably like have their own house and like not really that you need supercars, just like having a house. It'd just be, yep. I wish. Oh. Fun stuff. But I'm very happy for him, and I really, really hope that his movie turns out very well, because definitely deserves it. Every Friday I have to go on a date with my wife. It's written in the marriage contract. Dang, alright. Well, hopefully you have good dates. Yeah, we do not have anything like that. We're just like, oh, you want to go on a date? Oh, sure. But it probably would be better, honestly, to have it kind of scheduled out with like, okay, you know what? A couple more days, we'll get to go do something if you really want to. Having a house with no loan debt is a sign of success. Exactly. And that's the one dumb thing in America, too, is that even after you pay off your loans, pay off your house and everything, if you don't pay your taxes on your property, they're going to take your house, and basically everything you've done was useless at that point, which is sad and stupid. Like, you already taxed us enough everywhere else. Alright, where are we at here? We need get everything else connected. Going on and on too much. You don't need to be there, though. You can be removed. Alright, then energy will have to come in, but that should be a little bit easier to figure out where to go. Honestly, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I have not been a huge fan of the state of America the last year or so. A lot of crazy stuff's been going on, so hopefully things will get better as time goes on. Believe me, it's not optional. I spend Wednesday and Thursday looking for restaurants, parks, etc. to take her to. Well, that's pretty good, though. Like, that you actually go out of your way, because some people might not. Like, you go out of your way to try and find maybe new things to do, or just, like, something that you know you like to do. Putting time into it's good. Understatement of the year. Yeah, right. Oops. So this is going to have to be... Okay, let's remove that. So you're going to be taking fluids and stuff back. What's been going on in the US is straight from fiction, not to get too political. I know, right? It's just like, it's hard to imagine like everything that's happening is actually happening. Like if you'd have told me a couple years ago, like, yeah, I'd be like, oh, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't know what you're talking about. But here we are. So, I don't know. I'm just hoping that nothing worse happens to where there's no, like, I don't know, world wars or anything crazy like that. That's all I'm going to say. Just want to live my life. As much as I don't like to go to work sometimes, I would a million times over like to do that. Come home, have the chance to stream, and... even with the economy right now, eventually maybe save up for like even like a nice little starter house to have a family, just live a normal life. That's all I ask for at this point. Let's see, where are we at here? Okay, so we have a fluid storage bus. We do need to get the other item storage buses. Ooh. Okay, so maybe I'll do this. So that way we know we're on the right side here. So you're going to take out of that guy. Alright, so you feed in there. Your only connection to this side is right there. Now we just need some power. Every man's dream, a peaceful life. Isn't that right? World War is only when Germany is involved. Hold on, where are we at here? Oh wait. Okay, you did connect off of that. Interesting. No idea if it had to be that crazy, but... Alright, everything's got power. There's power there for the AE2. Nice. This is to steal items back onto this side. I kind of want to keep it. Fluid storage. I mean, there we go. That's a lot cleaner there. Germany was itching to enter the war in Ukraine. Revenge against Russia. I didn't even know that. The thing is, humans cannot live without war, and this is sad and ironic at the same time. I know, right? Okay. So we are... Oh. Okay. So the input is right here. That is disconnected via the power. Items come out, yada yada, boom, out that way. Items come back in through here. Disconnected power right there. So items get removed, pulled out that way, and that way. So that's still technically the main net. That is the main net. And this is the subnet. Thorium is green, so we're just going to do green. It's a lot brighter green than I was expecting. Oh no. I didn't want that to be green. Hold on, where's my solvent? There we go. Honestly, A2 I feel like is easier to work with than power. At least right now. Yeah, unfortunately, we will always have war, if not against each other, then against aliens. Right? Like, if we met aliens, I feel like we'd be the first ones to start shooting. Fluid export busts. Nitrogen dioxide. Nice. That's going to produce nitric acid. Oops. Yeah, we're going to be able to store a crap ton of nitric acid in there, so that's beautiful. I was reminded of the Independence Day movie. I think I've seen at least one of them. I don't know which one it was, unless there is only one. But yeah. I know exactly which movie you're talking about. We were saved by Will Smith. That's exactly how it's going to go in real life, too. Alright, so we have just power to worry about now. 4 amps. Is this? Oh, brother. $6,000. Not enough. What are you trying to output? Not enough fluid output space. Nitric oxide. Oh, wait. Nitrogen dioxide. Okay. And that produces nitric oxide. What can we use that with? Could electrolyze it. If he'd given that slap at the beginning, the movie would have been ended. Luckily, the aliens didn't talk about his wife, otherwise there would have been... Or otherwise there would be a movie. There's another recipe with water without excess NO. Okay. So it's 3 to 1, right? 3 to 1. 2 to 1, and then an extra oxygen. Well, we already have this other guy producing nitric oxide. So it's either we add an oxygen, or we just break it down. Nitrogen dioxide. I feel like okay, so hold up a minute. Nitric acid. I make 2,000 with 3,000. So I will use 6,000 nitrogen dioxide for 4,000 nitric acid. 3 to 2. So times 4. Oh wow. Alright, 3 to 2, so it's 2 times 4 is 8. So 3 times 4 is 12. So it would take 12,000 nitrogen dioxide. So we would have a loss of 8,000 here. But then what do we get it back here? Thorium nitrate. What do we get it back in recycling it all here? Thorium hydroxide. Tetrafluoride. Maybe not. Yeah, but for nitric acid, the recipe without leftovers is better. Same ratio. Yeah, just change speed. Slap input and output face to face. For making NO2, just change speed. Okay. Because what? Yeah, I could have another chemical reactor, just dump this into another one with oxygen coming in. It's very fast anyways. Yeah. So I just have to have a different input. Cell. Okay. You can make all of that with one LCR. True. I want to try and keep them separated, though. That's the only thing, is I want to have them separated. No recipe conflicts, I guarantee. I like the look of them being separated. I know it wastes a little bit more materials and space, but then also if we have problems in the future, it's a little bit easier for me to diagnose. Using the same process or same setup for my oxalate production in the monazite line. So, where's my quad hatch? Or I guess honestly, instead of wasting a quad hat, so we'll have what? 2, 3, 1, 2, possibly 3 channels. Say 3, 3, 3, 6, 9, just for numbers. 12, 15, 18, then leave 0. We got plenty of room. Yeah, nitric acid without the residue is the fastest, yeah. So we'll do... That's going to be circuit 24. Okay, so there's that. Get some acceleration cards. Really probably don't even need that many that fast, but we got all that. We got water. Now we just need energy. I mean, we're going to be producing a lot. So maybe we can get rid of this guy. Maybe. Cables. There's not really many more rooms for machines. So I feel like this might be like the last of like the IV area. Okay. So we want EV power, so that's LUV, transform down 1 to 4, and then 4 to 16. That's 1 to 4. Yes, 4 to 16. I guess the cleanest would be to have it like this. Input, input, step down 4 to, okay, 1 to 4, 4 to 16. Can I make 32 cables? Alright, we'll have, we'll have Jacob take care of that. Start with the follow. Does anyone here know how to get the official Gregtech New Horizons server whitelist? How to get added to the whitelist? Boom time. No, we're not going to have boom time. We're going to have a good time. Nothing crazy is going to happen. That'll be nice to get this flowing then, although we will need to steal this takes. So we do need to take oxygen. Perfect. A boom time is sometimes a good time too. That is true. Guess it depends on the instance of which you're having your boom time. Alright, we gotta watch that for a second. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, I'm gonna swap out my drink. And yeah, then we're gonna actually get some of this stuff rolling here after this nitric acid, which hopefully thorium-232 doesn't take too long. All right, BRB. Alright, I have returned. Hey, what's going on? Mark, welcome back. Hi, Blaze. Have you been doing me good? I have been doing good. Thank you very much for asking, and I'm glad that you're doing well, too. Let's see. To join the official site, just try to log in once and wait 10 minutes. It will automatically invite you if the list isn't full, or the server isn't full. Interesting. That's kind of cool. Yeah, getting added to whitelist for servers was always like a stressful thing for me in the past because I didn't really know how it worked, or like I was worried that like people would see my account and be like, oh no, we can't have that guy. Alright, input LEV 1 amp. I was gonna scream if that blew up. We're good. Alright, we have cables there, max amperage 16, perfect. So I'd like to run like this. There it is. We got power now to this beautiful machine. So there's that. It just needs a little bit of tape job, and I think good. Wow. A little bit more than a tape job, I think. Hold on. The worst one were the servers you had to pay to join. Yeah. It's so stupid. There was a lot of that on Bedrock, like when you try to like join servers on PlayStation or something. It was bad. Like, you want to play a prison server? Nope, you gotta pay for it. Like, get out of here. You want people to play on your, like, super crappy server. Man, I do miss and, like, reminisce sometimes on, like, the golden age of, like, Minecraft servers before, like, Mineplex and whatever all the other big ones took over, and then, like, that became the norm. 50,000 nitric acid every 6.25 seconds. Beautiful. Alright, so maybe we could just shut you down. And then... oh, you know what? Okay, I have a different use for that one. So we can ship out some nitric acid. Obviously, try to be careful not to ship out all of it. Me storage bus, me fluid storage bus. Nitric acid. 97. I would like a terminal. Can I not put a terminal on the side of that? No. No, I can't. Oh, I was hoping I could. Alright, whatever. It's fine. What? Why can I see everything on the main net? Hello? We're not on the main net. We're connected via here. Disconnected there. Disconnected there. Connected there and there. Insert only. Wait. That would be extract only, I think. Extract only. There we go. No filters. Yeah, there we go. I was gonna say, we had filters, it didn't set everything else. How many hours have you played Gregtech New Horizons? We are at about 930 last I checked. So, yep, 932. We are closing in on the 1,000 hour mark. I'm talking about the old days when I was playing on the hardcore servers. At least there was nearly zero cheaters or weird kids. Yeah, right? I don't know. Sadly, I haven't had that experience. I mean, a lot of the servers I played on, I guess maybe not. I think there was one called MC Desert. I talk about it every now and then in the stream. It was just like one giant desert. It was like a custom map that like no trees would spawn, like no dirt. It was just all desert, and then they have like trees made out of, like, I don't know, fence posts and maybe a couple leaves that you could get lucky getting saplings from. But, like, you could get raided, like, it was okay to steal from people or grief and all that. And it was... What is that kind of a server? What is that called? I forgot. But kind of like 2v2t, but not, like, no cheating or hacks were allowed. Check your bus config. Yeah, we got all that good. But then... Like, you could sell stuff. It was kind of funny because back in the day, like, Minecraft wasn't... Well, it wasn't owned by Microsoft yet. So, like, they pretended, like, cactus was weed. They pretended, like, sugar was cocaine. Like, you would be growing all this stuff, selling it at the shops in the spawn. And then you could use it to, like, buy mob spawners for, like, pigs and whatnot. Or, like, other gear and stuff, which was pretty cool. I liked stuff like that. Yeah, it was interesting, like, having you make all this contraband, or, like, other prison servers that once you got out, like, that you would sell that stuff, too, to increase your, what do you want to call it? Like, your dealer rank, or just, like, your criminal rank. It's kind of cool. Not that I condone the usage of any of that stuff, obviously, but in terms of, like, fun little game stuff, it's pretty interesting. Alright, you're already done, huh? No valid recipe. What are you not validating the recipe of? Okay, so no more nitrogen dioxide. And we're not producing, or not... The nether air is not going. Why? Sulfur dioxide, sulfur... How do you make anthracene? Hold on. Oh, another semi-fluid. Oh, okay. Another semi-fluid. Okay, so that was what I was getting my other nitrogen dioxide from. Okay. So then, this guy I want to change. My time playing is just a waste of my time being AFK. Yeah, so it's not as accurate as the time you've actually been playing. Which is all good. Alright. So, to make nitrogen dioxide, do nitric oxide with oxygen. Circuit 9. Leave circuit 1 here. Change this out. Take that. Okay, and then how much? 666,000 nitric acid. But then I need to remove this guy. So you are turned off. Put that there. And then do we have enough channels, actually? I think I might not have had enough channels for this. Oh, no, I got plenty. Don't even know why I made another P2P for that over there, because I had plenty of channels here, but it is what it is, right? Okay, so we're going to add in an Ivy hatch. It is 1-to-1. HV 4 seconds. LV 8 seconds. It was 9 times the recipe though, so it should be same, if not better. Alright, input hatch. What I'm calling a hardcore server were servers where there was really hard to get resources. It was Guild-based type gameplay. Rankings from PvP, so you're playing most of the time with friends. Hard to get resources. Hard to get resources because, like... It's a guild-type gameplay. Do you have any servers that you might know that are kind of similar to that? You're not talking about something that's similar to, like, 2B2T, where, yeah, like, the whole entire world is, like, raided of resources unless you go thousands of blocks away from spawn. You're just talking about, like, it's maybe, like, a custom world where it was meant to have hardly anything, like trees and whatnot. Are you not using another air centrifuge? I should be. I have to go look back at my system over there to see what's up. Oxygen. Obviously all that in there. Nitrogen dioxide. So I should produce... Yeah, you're gonna be stuck now, aren't you? It's producing. Which then, this side, I want to steal nitrogen dioxide. So I'm producing it out there. Okay, so now we can go check on the nether. Also, 1 second, I'm going to take a drink here real quick. You make a base, you claim a piece of terrain, and you protect the core from being raided and destroyed. It was underground most of the time, so you had to make TNT cannons to destroy it. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, like, oh my gosh. I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to think of the name of, like, the mod that they use for that all the time. Oh my gosh. I know that they usually had a lot of the time, like, MCMMO with it, where you had, like, the skills to chop down, like, trees and, like, insta-mine blocks, like, big chunks of areas. I know exactly what you're talking about, though. Like, you could claim the area, and then, yeah, nobody could, like, do anything. Like, they couldn't... Why is that like that? It caught me off guard. I thought something exploded out here, actually, but I don't think it did. And the resources drop from mining stone most of the time, with a really low percentage from getting something. Huh. Do you have any color code for your AE2 network, or are you just randomly choosing colors? So the main net is all red, but anything for like the subnet, I just pick kind of like a random color, whatever matches the stuff that I'm producing. So I think I made orange for like this. Actually, what? I guess that's not even like a subnet. That's just my hypothetical subnet of like all these machines here. I never even changed colors of that. But yeah, anything like, see, this is my main net. This goes all the way back to my main controller. And then everything after that's all pretty much random. Interesting that you get other resources to randomly drop at a low percentage from mining stone. That's interesting. But yeah, I do remember, like, you'd have things... Oh, factions. I think they're just called, like, factions. And then you could get, like, creepers to, like, go into someone's area and, like, blow it up near them, or start a fire near their base, and then it would spread into it. Back before it was, like, I guess, more advanced, where they'd be able to turn that type of stuff off, so it's not as easy for people to raid other people's bases. Or you weren't able to destroy anything in their base until, like, somehow, like, there was a power system. If you killed enough of their people, the power of their faction would drop, and then you would be able to mine it all and destroy it all there. Red for P2P subnet and any other color for the rest, yeah. The biggest group I was in was like 250 people. Damn, 2 guilds merged into one. I have never been a part of anything that large. Like, most I've maybe had could have been like a dozen, but I don't even think I'd reach double digits. I feel like it's usually like, if I was playing, it'd be like pork, me, a couple of other, like my buddies in school, maybe a couple random strangers, and that was it. Excuse me. Alright, so this is going just fine. Oh yeah, I did not check what I was trying to check. I think I did something else. Maybe not. Going to check my nether stuff. Might be going to a barbecue later today, so that'd be kind of cool. And what I mean by barbecue is like, not steaks, but like hamburgers, hot dogs, and stuff on the grill. So no valid recipe found. Oh, because we're out of cryothium. Okay, because you keep having problems. Gelid cryothium. That's why. 100k. Should be easy. I have Ray Bob take care of that. Start with a follow. The hardest part was to search someone in the TeamSpeak with the amount of people. Yeah, right? Trying to find the specific person you are to try and talk to? No thanks. I unified all my coloring. Cyan for mainnet, black for subnet, first tier nesting, white for subnet, second tier nesting, blue for P2P. It's actually, that's, yeah, obviously a good smart thing to do. Although, P2P, oh, I guess, no, you could have other P2Ps that's not a part of the mainnet. Alright, so gelid cryothium is going in. We need tape. Are you happy now? Yeah, I forgot that we ran out of gelid cryothium, and then yeah, when you run out, it causes a maintenance issue. But that's the biggest thing about Gregtech, is just being organized with everything. If you can be organized, it makes life a lot easier. For cables, I just try using all colors above, but not intersect them, obviously. Yeah. There we go. That's obviously just going to be waiting for now. Another semi-fluid. And I think it's got to get to like what? Oh wow, it's only got to get to 100,000 before it starts doing stuff. Anthracene. So there, it's going to go now. Take 24 seconds. Why do I feel like that took... Oh, maybe it was the nether air that I was going to be looking at that took forever. Centrifuge that, no. Maybe, oh, I'm thinking of the regular air recipe that takes forever, I think. Without passive production, it gets complicated. Yeah. I'm going to have to make the gelid cryothium passive. I don't know why it's not right now. But we are producing some at the moment. 63k. P2P is a separate net, always. Alright, well that's good that it is now once again producing. Sulfur dioxide, still doing alright. Nefarious gas. Yeah, I mean, sulfur dioxide or sulfur trioxide, I mean, I don't remember if I have an automated, like, electrolysis system for that, or what, but we'll figure that out later, or we'll just void it at some point. Okay. So we're all good with that. So you got all that there. Nitric acid, 4 million. Shit, what do I have for storage? Oh, it's probably all storing in here now, isn't it? Yeah, it's all storing right in here now. Perfect. Nitric acid. I just want to make sure that it is filling into my Chemplant. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. 12.9 million. I almost said K, but we're doing fine. Running fine, running fine, running fine. Check all these. Has problems. Why not? Oh, this guy is way underproducing. I'm gonna switch it out now because I don't feel like sometimes that's how explosions happen. Maybe not 3. What is this guy? 9? Wish me luck, chat. Alright, we're good. -9. Alright, so now we should be producing max power that we can until we get upgrades. Yeah, the rotor you were using is garbage, yeah. Well, even the Virox one is bad, but so we got to get to tier 3. So, yeah, we only produce 5, whatever, or 260, which makes sense, because then we'd be like 512 or whatever once we actually double them. HSSE time. I don't think HSSE was all that good. For the expense of it, anyways, because it would take a lot of tungsten. HSSE turbine. Just because I'm checking, I'm not actually probably going to do this. Yeah, HSS... Oh, that's HSSG. HSSE. Yeah, it's only 8,400 for HSSE on a large one. Even HSSS. 8,800. Yeah, they're all bad. Use the best rotor you have and use screwdriver on the controls and change the mode. Yeah, but the next one we're gonna go to is orichalcum. I think it was, yeah, the orichalcum that you're talking about. Because then it'll max out our... What do you want to call it? Our dynamos? So there's all that. Let me just do tungsten just to get some tungsten. Just do 16. Just to get more power consumption, just to see a load test. Just making all that, I guess. Do they have loose mode 2 now? I'd assume you'd be able to go to loose mode. I've never really messed with it. Sounds cool, but I'd rather prefer to go optimal. Exactly. Look at the loose mode. How much energy does it give you? We'll even say HSSG. Yeah, loose mode would give you almost 4 times as much. With an HSSE, you'd be almost at the cap. But you're at 55, yeah, 53% less efficient. Alright, here we go. Okay, so these are all running now. Okay, so even with all those running, I mean, if we had everything running, it'd probably be, it'd be pretty bad, but not super terrible right now. Energy consumption. So this guy's going to produce 5.8 million. I should have an automatic thing to shut it off here. Let me do that. Just a little bit more practice. Media level emitter, fluid level emitter. I would need that. Take this off. Get a redstone card. Active with signal. So we want nitric acid. Emit when levels are below limit. So it's 10 million. It's not working. Active with signal. 106,000. I have plenty of channels, I know that. Why are you being goofy? You have to point right back at it. Honestly, you need the assembly line at this point for the extra large turbines. They will make HSSE rotors shine. Yeah, we do need the assembly line very soon. Thought this would have been good enough, but I guess not. Alright, well. 4 cards is too overkill. Yeah, it's quite a bit. But even that is not working. Guess let's paint them yellow for now, so that way. Emit when levels are below limit. Set. There we go. Much better. Yeah, so it only emits and it'll shut off after a while, so it'll save up to like 10 million. But maybe we'll make that like, I don't know, 50 million for now. Might be a little overkill, but oh well. I would use HSSE rotor. In loss mode, it is much better. Yeah, produce power, you know, turns off sooner or whatever. But I've been going this far with the efficiency, so I'll just leave the efficiency for now unless I have problems. Alright, so it'd be good to label this guy. Nitric acid. Using nitrogen dioxide. Okay, so we got that. Can't fly. There we go. So this is a thorium nitrate LCR. So items in, 2 fluids in. Hydrofluoric acid. Orichalcum is too benzene hungry. Yeah. Wait, hold on. HSSE. Well, that's optimal flow versus U-Partic produced. 122% versus orichalcum. Turbine. Yeah, orichalcum. Oh, I see. Is 115 at the efficient rate. I see what you mean. Yeah, because you get 33,000 for 115, or you would get 29,000 for... So you would gain 7% more efficiency at a loss of 3 to 4,000 EU per tick. Interesting. So I see where you could kind of like pick and choose, yeah, what you would want to do there. So you have that rate there. So I guess we'll see as time goes on when I go to upgrade if I can handle the hungriness of how much what is that? Nitrobenzene that is going to be consumed. So we need thorium nitrate and nitrogen dioxide. We'll get a big storage for nitrogen dioxide. Alright, so you got that. Open this guy up. Okay, my P2Ps. I don't need P2Ps right now. Upgrade cards. What is the name of the rotor you are using? I think Viroxers, whatever I'm using right now. So yeah, right now I'm at 115% efficiency at 16,000. So yeah, I could upgrade to HSSE at the same efficiency. Or no, okay, that's the orichalcum. So I'd be running at the same efficiency, but doubling my power. 115, and then currently 115. Yeah, so I'd stay at the same consumption. Or I guess maybe not. It's the same efficiency rate I would stay at, not the same consumption. HSSE was... Well, HSSE was 122, so you only gain 7% efficiency. I guess you gain 7%, and I guess you go from, what? 33 to 29, I think it was. Yeah, they eat benzene. I know because I use them. Yeah. Hey, gelid cryothium is finally done, which... I'm gonna make just a crap ton more. 250k. What is long memory? Tooth Grinder. Thank you, Tooth Grinder, for your hard work today. Making me the gelid cryothium. Alright, so that's all good. Figure out our inputs here. I don't need hempcrete right now. Shouldn't need a builder's wand or a chisel. There's only going to be fluid outputs. Item in. Fluid out. 2 fluids in. Two seconds MV. Fluids in, fluids out, items in. Energy. Okay. Oh, my phone's actually dying. I need to plug that in. Let's see. Osmium supply is a sensitive topic before LEV. LEV will eat it like a candy, and osmium is batshit slow. Yeah, sadly, which, actually, let me just see how much osmium I even have. 726. Oh, brother. Is the plat line even running right now? No. No, it is not. There's nothing to be processed, it seems. Saltpeter's, salt. Palladium. Yeah. Iridium. 654. We have 6,000 there. Osmiridium. Let's just get another 400 ingots smelted, because might as well put the smelters to work, because otherwise what are we doing? We're wasting time right now. Alright, so thorium nitrate LCR. I'm not sure how much longer I have to stream. It well depends on what the fiance says, if we're actually going to the barbecue or not. So hold on, the music music could be changed here. Alright, there we go. So we got maintenance. And this is thorium nitrate. Perfect. And go back down. I'd be surprised if it were working 100%. Yeah, right? Honestly, I would be too. Release the Endstone farm. Need a massive upgrade on the old Endstone farm. Fluid in. I need item export now too. Item export. That's where the old thorium dust goes in. Nitric acid and hydrofluoric acid, which, yeah, we're gonna have a problem with the hydrofluoric acid. So we got that. Need capacity cards. Which I doubt we have any hydrofluoric acid, and I feel like we'd be using it for a lot of other stuff. Hydrofluoric acid. Fluorine. Fluorine. 13 million from where? My open computer's cropbot. Robot was wiped out in 2.9. Sad, yeah. So it's like, thankfully, well, if I would have put time into it, at least I would have got some good use out of it before it got wiped. But at least our setup will, well, actually no, because once they remove IC2 crops, who knows what's going to happen. And by then, well, maybe we'll just have to rely on mining, like, strictly. Now I have to go back to being a farmer. Good luck with that. Fluorine. Yeah, tier 7 mining, whatever. And that's a process. So, yes, okay, so we could electrolyze cryolite and a bunch of other ores for it. Floral spar. Actually, one of these processes here, we're actually going to get... Oh, let's go. Okay, so floral spar, we're going to get 6 floral spar. which we go back. So we're gonna electrolyze this. Okay. And we'll get back 4,000 fluorine. Which to make this. Interesting. So this area of machines might actually have to be larger than I expected. Interesting. If I would have saved some space, I would have had a machine here. Would have been controller, end, controller, end. And I'd have a space for an electrolyzer. I might just have to do that now. I think I might. Because now I know I need an electrolyzer. Black granite equals fluorine. Fluid extractor, electrolyzer. Biotite. I'd assume from one of the other rocks that like makes a certain mineral here, like probably biotite or something. Okay, equals biotite, yeah. And then you get all that amazing stuff. Which actually... Interesting. So we could set up something for our stone dust. Get all the potassium feldspar, metal mixture, marbles, sodalite, quartzite. Get this big old thing going for the stone dust. Start centrifuging all that. Yeah, because then you electrolyze this 44. Get something back out of it. Or if you're dedicated enough to do the sand line, it's very good. I don't know if I'm dedicated enough to do it right now. Okay. So we want thorium hydroxide dust. That'd be over here. So we don't want to share any of this. So... yeah, you don't want to share the output there, but we can move the energy hatch to be... where do we want this to be? Energy hatch, energy... well, there's my cable there. I can move this guy right here. $32,000, $64,000. So I do that. This guy can go back in there. That can go back there. Capacity card. Hydrofluoric acid. Nitric acid. Okay. You need black granite, not stone dust. Well, yeah, black granite, you'd be able to get probably a lot more of the biotite out of it. Yeah, so it's 5 to 1, and it's 20 seconds LV compared to 432. So I mean, I see what you mean, like you would want black granite for that, but I'm just saying it would be nice also since I have so much stone dust to eventually, because I have wanted to do something with this before. I use black granite for more, or for my oxygen production, silicon and aluminum as well. Makes sense why. The only thing is getting the black granite, which I guess that's just what, black stone lilies or whatever it is. Stone. Is that not the macerator? It might be the extractor. Macerator recycling. Black granite dust. Stone lily. Yellow, gray, white, black. Uses. Yeah, okay, you centrifuge it. Yeah. Yeah, see, that wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, see, if I had like a lot of the farming done and stuff, that would be nice. Yeah, the blackstone lilies for all that, which would give me the, yeah, life would be amazing. Sadly, I do not have it. Alright, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. Paint that green. Okay, and then you're gonna take an energy hatch right there. Oh. Right there. The wire cutters. So that's gonna be the shared middle block. Interesting. So now I'm gonna also have to have energy. And then the inputs. So what is this gonna be? Thorium hydroxide dust. So uses. Okay. So item and fluid in, item out. Which then, item and fluid out. I could do an item out here and it shouldn't contradict with anything else. Output bus. I just realized I could have just done a stocking bus on that actually. So there's output. Although, I don't know if I want it stocked in there. I guess it wouldn't be anything different. Stone dust is your GDP value in drilling fluid source. Sure, the drilling fluid source would be nice to have, or like to make sure I don't run out of, but that's why I could just set a limit on it so that way I don't run out. Okay, so we're just gonna do this. Nope, not what I want once again. Okay, stocking input bus, and that is once again going to be this. Toss that all there for now. Sweet, so that's good. Item output. Uses. Sodium hydroxide. Okay, we have 157,000. I don't know where it's being accessed from, but sure, why not? Hold on, chat. Alright, stocking is a friend of your TPS. Yeah, we want to keep that high. We don't want to, we don't want to lose all that. So we have, I guess, whatever. It's all going to be connected green line here, so just, yeah, we'll do that. So we're going to have sodium hydroxide going in. Uses, and then thorium nitrate going into a fluid input bus. That goes in right here. So let's just finish this up, and then I might have to get going here. Gonna go have some lunch. Okay, acceleration cards. Hello. Oh, brother. There's all my cards there. Thorium nitrate. Okay. That's also good. Thorium nitrate supposed to be going in. Well, I guess we haven't produced any, so that's fine. Sodium hydroxide, which we will need to steal from the main net as of now. Items, sodium hydroxide. Share LCR. So, yeah, what we're doing here, because originally I wanted... Oh, shit. There we go. Bring back the game. Originally I want them separated, but it wasn't going to work out that way because I realized also I wanted to do some... Well, I guess I could just expand this area here. But we're just going to have it somewhat shared. The only thing that's going to actually truly be shared between them is the item output, which this guy doesn't even use. It's just going to be this one central one, and then I want to kind of keep this one, you know, on its own separate thing here. So they're going to be connected, like block sharing, but everything else I want to be separate between them. So in that way we still have our 3 LCRs here, and then this one can be turned into an electrolyzer so that we can electrolyze the floral spar or whatever it is into more fluorine for our process. So I kind of want to get these operational real quick. At least just these ones. And then we can make sure that these work, and then I can go have me some lunch. Okay. Try and keep these all separated. Oh, I need... Okay, hold on. Okay, wait. We're good. We have energy. I should have put the other energy cable here. Hold on a minute. So now I also messed up. So we're going to take this out. And now input there. Gonna be thorium nitrate. 1, 2, 3. So it's got all those, and then yeah, power, and then power should hopefully be like right there. So let's do that. Okay, and then connect. Okay, so that all that has power now. Oh shit. Oops, my bad. Alright, well, you can turn back on. Sorry about that. You don't need two A2 cables. What do you mean? Oh, and yeah, like this coming up off this line. Yeah. I'd be able to get away with one. Yeah, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'll have plenty enough channels for that. Alright, so we got all our power there. We should be able to at least run these two. It's got that. It's got that. Let's see if we can get this one operational, which... thorium nitrate we will need storage for. Oh, well, it's because we also don't have production of... Okay, we're just going to turn that off. Because we don't have production of hydrofluoric acid, which we have tons of fluorine, but not the hydrofluoric acid. Okay, so maybe I can just combine these two. GTNH alloy. So let me just redo these signs, and then I can get going here. It's gonna have an EBF and another EBF. So ZN TH alloy EBF. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this can all go. And then we can have another EBF here. This one's just making the hydrofluoric acid. Perfect. We might have gotten lucky. So yes, the nitric acid, hydrofluoric acid LCR, and then this. Oh wait, hold on. So what is this going to end up being? Thorium nitrate uses thorium hydroxide dust. So thorium. Oh, what is going on? Thorium hydroxide. Okay. Thorium. What? Thorium nitrate. What? What happened? What button do I gotta press? Hold on. Pressing all the buttons here to get my menu back. Oh, okay, there we go. Alright, so thorium nitrate's produced by these. Uses turn thorium nitrate into thorium hydroxide. Use thorium hydroxide into thorium tetrafluoride. Okay, so you're thorium tetrafluoride LCR. Don't know why I had the same sign twice, but okay. Oh, yes. Thank you, Carlos. Yeah, it was a little bit annoying there, trying to figure out what was going on. Thorium tetrafluoride. Yeah, and then it goes to the centrifuge, which I did make. Oh, I see. Thorium tetrafluoride was right there, because I did move these all around. That's why. So, yes, fluorospar uses... Oh my gosh. It scared me a little bit. I got my clone here, fluorine. Fluorospar electrolyzer. Yes, hello. My doppelganger. Fluorospar electrolyzer. Perfect. Do I even have a soul vial? Soul. I do. You want to go in the vial, buddy? Yes? How's it going? Oh, man. You look taller than me. You're about the same height. Just your eyes look a lot taller. It's like the camera's like right here for everybody. Once I stopped playing because of this, I pressed O and accidentally changed the settings on the controller and couldn't figure out how to go back. That would be so annoying. Just constantly, never again, ever to access the NEI menu. RIP. Well, at least thankfully I messed with this, so now I kind of figured out what I need to do. I got some of the machines up and, well, this is the only one that's running, which is, I guess, the most important one for now. Getting all of the nitric acid built up. We're at 15 out of 50 million that we're trying to produce. Yeah, and then honestly we're going to get these, which we need to get the hydrofluoric acid going, and then hopefully the fluorine, you know, kind of recycles very well. I don't know what the rate of recycle is. I'd have to look at the math, but at least we get some recycling back out of that. And then, yeah, we're going to be hopefully producing some thorium 232 pretty soon. And then it'll be a thing of the past. Place it in a spawn and see what it drops. Oh, and the Extreme Entity Crusher thing. Oh, okay, no, never mind. I think I know what you're talking about. Like, maybe like a different powered spawner. Hopefully I don't forget. But yes, we'll have to do that next time. I do have to get going. Let's see. Just drop everything else. Store it for now so we don't forget everything. So there's all that. More A2. A2, A2, A2. Sweet. That is fairly organized there. I do like that. That should be alright. And then if I just log out right in front of this, then we just have these right here. Alright, well, I do want to say thank you very much, everybody, for jumping in. I do greatly appreciate it. And then, yes, as of now, I only work Wednesday this week. It could change, so I would like to do some more Gregtech streams and everything nice like that. I made an application for the whitelist, and the Discord bot says I might need to wait up to 24 hours. Well, I wish you the best of luck with that, Darius. We'll catch you later. See you next time, and